Hello and welcome to FITBA Indoors. I'm Rebecca Galt and I'm accompanied by Andrew Ferguson. And today we've got a special guest with us. We've got David Wilson in to tell us about his top 5 football players. Let's get straight into it. So today you chose as your first player was Rino Gattuso. I might be butchering that name, so please come for me if you wish.
Oh no, that's
Sounds about right to me.
Why did you pick him then?
He played for Rangers. I can't really remember him too much at Rangers. He was young. He was very young. It was at the time when they were kind of Italian, and don't get me wrong, they were all decent. But he was kind of one of the young ones, and I think he struggled when he first came. I think the time Paul Gascoigne kind of took him under his wing because he could speak Italian and stuff like that. He never played much, but then all of a sudden he was at AC Milan. How did he end up there? He was just this fully developed starting player, just pour in, didn't take any nonsense. Old school kind of player, even at that young age, he's kind of old school, just flying in tackles, just angry wee man. So I actually watched him for this show, Orlando Richmond tribute match. He came back, it was a Legends match. Well, in his late 40s, early 50s anyway, he's still flying in tackles and friendlies, putting 6-year-old men up in the air and stuff like that in a friendly match. But he was an animal. That's the type of player I like. He was you don't see many of them anymore.
Yeah, he's the type of player that, like, to me, kind of sums up that era of football. Like, you watch him, he's very composed in the ball, he's very solid, but when the other teams get the ball, he's fighting like hell to win it back. He's flying in tackles.
Ability, he was they go and run by 6-7 guys, stuff like that. He's just very calm, fast, keep the ball, and then away off the ball, he was getting stuff in.
I mean, you were saying there about AC Milan. He had a great partnership with Andrea Pirlo, where he was kind of the hard working and that, and then Pirlo would be the creative player and getting up the park and making the decisions up there, isn't he?
Yeah, you're spot on. Probably if you ask guys like Pirlo and stuff like that, they're the kind of guys they appreciate because it lets them. They don't maybe need to do as much. The donkey work they can just sit and let him run about mental and just see what happens. They appreciate players like that.
Makes the players around him a lot more confident as well, doesn't it? Knowing that if they lose the ball trying something, they've got a player like Gattuso behind them.
Yeah, and I think in these days as well, most teams all over, they had players like that, went a wee bit maybe unappreciated, hard workers, but everybody we talked about Pirlo or at Rangers, they had Stuart McCall. But everybody we talked about Gascoigne and stuff like that, but these guys get a wee bit underappreciated, but they're the ones that probably work the hardest, but they know their place to go. I went for these guys, and that's my job done.
And do you think like football has changed from times like that to like present day then?
I do. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if it's because of COVID and watching the games, but it's definitely changed. The games I can watch, and I just turn it off. The way coaching's going and stuff like that. Watch the game, the Premier League game's pretty poor this season. Again, I don't know if it's because of fans. Even like last season, maybe you sit down and you would say, "Oh, Chelsea playing Liverpool tonight." I've never gone no way I'm missing that. But when you watch some of these games, you're like, nothing is so boring. They just cancel each other out, and actually it's out. You seem to be more fearful of losing a goal than actually trying to go and do something to score a goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely changed. Excitement and stuff like that. When the Rangers, and I fell back a few years, and watching them in Europe, some of the European teams have played so strong, and then like Monaco, Monaco are kind of struggling and stuff like that. So teams that back in guys, AC Milan have already started to come back. Struggling for years, so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it must be the money. I think it's the money that's in the game that's joining it, and new coaching philosophies that are coming in. But I used to just love two teams going at it. Get battered into each other, but You don't really see much of that now.
You find that a lot sometimes watching like the big matches in the Premier League, like your Liverpool, Man United's. Neither team particularly goes for it anymore.
No, you're right. It's difficult to watch. The Manchester derby, you're saying it one of the worst games. And, how can that be? All the stars in the teams, so-called stars in the teams, how can that not be a good game? And I don't know. I used to watch Old Firm games, or maybe because I'm a Rangers fan, but you watch Old Firm games in the past, sometimes it wasn't a good game, but there was drama, there was passion, there was sending off, there was whatever, penalties, stuff like that, but you actually sit down and think about the game and you go, there wasn't actually a lot of football played in that game, but there was a bit of passion. Again, maybe it's to do with the fans, there's no passion, they're all laughing and joking with each other, hugging each other, and going back in as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Here's hoping it's sometime soon. And the other player that you picked was Arthur Newman. What was your reason for picking him then?
Again, he is one I remember playing with Rangers, and I think we were on holiday. My mum and dad and my brother were on holiday, and we watched the World Cup in 1998. And it was already a done deal that Arthur Newman was coming to Rangers. I didn't know much about him. And watched him playing for the Netherlands in the World Cup. What a player he is. Unbelievable. And that just sticks in my head. I don't know just that one thing. I think if you see him before he comes, the players come to Rangers mostly about wonder if he's going to be any good. You sit and you watch him, you hear him a couple of games and you usually judge him pretty quick. But I know he's going to be unbelievable. I couldn't believe that we were signing this guy. Became a massive Holland fan as well. He's had a few Dutch players, but I love watching Holland and Blake Newman and Van Bronckhorst and stuff like that. But I just loved him. I just loved his attitude. I heard him in a few interviews. I love the way he presents himself. Talks about like Barry Ferguson, taking him under his wing and really kind of helping him out to be a proper captain. Because I think Newman probably should have been captain. He took it off another show and they gave it to Barry Ferguson. But I think they were going to give it to Newman. And it was Newman that said, oh, give it to Barry Ferguson because he's a Scottish player and plays for the Scottish team. And I think it will bring him on and I think it will be good for the team. My brother says he met him in a nightclub one time, he was singing Rangers songs in a nightclub, so he's just became an absolute Scottish guy, through the blue, loves Scotland as well, so you get a lot of players that will come and then they bugger off, but this guy, you can tell he really loves it here, so I've always loved him.
Speaks a lot for the mentality of a player. Like, not many would turn down the chance to be the captain of Rangers Football Club, and that speaks volumes about the kind of mentality of that player.
Yeah, let's watch the review. They say that Barry Ferguson used to try and get him to drink Iron Brew and all that stuff. Not drink that stuff, what's that? Barry Ferguson would always have a can of Iron Brew before a game, or he'd have all these cans of Iron Brew when they went to away and do the team pitch. And he used to always room with Newman, and I think Advocate would say, just you room with Newman and sort him out, turn him into a good captain, which he did, you know what I mean? I think they still go on pretty well. I think he's more like a kind of father figure to him at the club. He kind of nursed him through, make sure he was doing the right things. You're spot on. To come down that, to give it to a young lad, he shows you what he's about, you know what I mean?
So we'll move on to another player then. We've obviously had, we've had Italian, we've had Dutch, now we've got a Scottish player here. So your next one is Duncan Ferguson. Yeah. What's your reason for him then?
You obviously see his pattern. He's just, again, a Rangers player. I spoke to my dad about it. I just think these Rangers players, but the only two that I actually remember, three or played for Rangers. But I don't remember him playing for Rangers. I know he did. Probably slightly just before before my time. It's more when playing in England, watching them play for the Everton, the Newcastle and stuff like that. Just the total fear that players had for them, they just totally feared them. And a bit of fear and probably a lot of respect as well. No Messi, nobody Messi, big thing. And I just hearing the wee stories, the two robbers, kind of went to his house and stuff like that, and he ended up putting them in hospitals and stuff like that. Just total hard man. I thought it was shocking what the SFA done to him at the time. And he ended up in the jail for that headbutt, stuff like that. And you think back to I can remember the Italian boy that Sudan, he headbutted him in the kind of stomach. You think things like that happened, but for whatever reason they went after Big Duncan and they took him to jail. And then he would never play for Scotland again. But I think he did come back. He went to see him play a couple of games, but I think he was done at that point. But just loved him, loved his attitude, loved the way people would cheer him, because you see in their face was a brilliant. But Jimmy Bullard, just looking up at him, total fear. Obviously a great coach, and still to be in the game. Even he was a hard man, but he obviously gets up nice about him because he's still in the game. So what an odd couple that is, different to Ancelotti. Now, how are they getting on? How the hell do they have conversations? A big Scottish guy and this big slick Italian guy. But it just looks brilliant when you hear them talk to each other. They just look as if they're on the same page. But I've always liked Ferguson, and I've always had a kind of soft spot for Everton as well.
He really took on that, aggressive style of play when he was going into his games then. But again, that's a thing, like you need to, make sure that the players know who you are, and, that's exactly what he done.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not going to hide, like, put the wrong message. Some stuff he done in the football, but it was Newcastle at the time. There was a throw in. He's obviously getting a bit of grip to somebody behind him and giving him a dig. I think he threw the ball to him, and I think he's either headed it on or done something. Just turned round and uppercutted the guy in the belly. You see the guy coming after deck, I think. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. He just looked at, I don't want to mark him. I heard an interview with Jamie Carragher. And Jamie Carragher's not that tall. He's like a centre half. He's not the tallest centre half. And he's talking about playing Everton, and nobody wanted to mark him, and he had to mark him all the time. Was it Michael Owen came back, and I think Michael Ferguson must have done something to him, and Michael Owen was nearly greeting at half time. Like, you alright, Jamie? Are you okay, Jamie? And all that stuff. But nobody wanted to mark him because they were terrified of him. And so Carragher's like, no, I'll mark him then. But there was a bit of respect. There was a bit of fear.
He was always one of those players that kind of rode that line between being like a hard man enforcer and maybe taking it a bit too far, like you say.
Yeah, definitely. He was trying to take it too far, but even away from that, he was a starting player. You see Calvert-Lewin, the goals he scored, you kind of tell me that's nothing to do with Duncan Ferguson. You must be working with him all the time.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. He's come on a long way this season.
Nobody will be better than something like that. They type of goals and you say type of goals he scores and stuff like that. And I'm not quite sure if he's a legend at Newcastle, but he's not far away from being a legend at Newcastle. To be that admired at two clubs, it's a hard thing to do, you know what I mean?
I think the thing as well is that, you don't get to that level of football of just, going through tackles. He obviously had that ability and skill, and, what you were saying earlier about that right attitude to, get to that level of football.
Big passion for the game as well, I'd say, from Duncan.
Yeah, I just wish that, I think at the time, Rangers were looking for a similar type to Mark Hateley, and they brought him in. But he couldn't really shift Mark Hateley. He was never going to shift him, and I think initially him and Ian Durant to Everton. Durant came back, but I thought he loved it in there, and probably thought, well, I'm never going to shift Mark Hateley. I'll just stay here. But I would actually love to see him playing for Rangers more. But as I say, I don't actually remember him playing. I can't picture him playing for Rangers Probably just too young. It's just a shame that Rangers couldn't have had the benefit of him, because I think we bought him for a bit of money off of Dundee United at the time. It's never worked out.
Right or wrong, he's a player that definitely sticks in your minds.
Yep.
You remember him.
Yep, definitely.
And we go into your last player then is Brian Laudrup. And why did you pick him?
Again, I do remember him playing for Rangers because some of the stuff he would do. I just unbelievable. And I watch some of the skills these days, and it's totally different. He just has powerful running. Guys will do these tricks to get by somebody. This guy's like written by 4 or 5 guys at a time. Just total pace, power. And at the end of that, he's full pelt, managing to get his foot wrapped around the ball, put it into the box, and somebody score. So many players do that now. It's all like static crossing, stuff like that. You don't know. You see a lot of passing into a hole and somebody running onto it full pelt, whip the ball in. Not an awful lot of that. It's all static crossing and pass, and then trying to put a key kick and stuff like that. But that running at full pelt and being able to do some of the stuff he's done while running at full pelt is special. I think there's not many players that can do that. You can just run as fast with the ball as the fight, and it was just some of the skills, some of the goals. I was watching some of his goals, the build up, some of them you forget. God, I can't believe he's done that. When he's on the byline, and he flips it into the top corner to the byline. You know, I don't know if he meant that. How's he even done that? How's that even possible? And the goalkeeper just kind of looked at him like, how are you doing that? It's got to be cheating to be that good. But no, he was special. He was really special.
The players like that were like, they were before my time. Even I never watched them growing up or anything like that. But I've seen, I feel like most of Brian Laudrup's goals for Rangers, which just kind of speaks for the quality he had that people are still talking about, and people at my age are still seeing his goals and knowing about him as a player.
Yeah. There was a Rangers DVD of video about the time he was that kind of sums him up at the start. Yeah, it was basically this kind of room, and the start room, and the used to guys sitting in all that. It was as if it's like talking about a spy and saying, how are we going to deal with this problem? There's just no defence against this type of attack and all that. And then they throw down a file and it just says Laudrup on it. And it was this thing, it was just like, there's just no way to stop this guy, and it just starts with all his goals and all his picks and stuff like that. And it was phenomenal. I think you look at teams getting by, good teams and stuff like that. And you had that quality like him, like Gascoigne, that just takes you that next level. But even when you watch now, like Ellis, they'll always get judged because he's not scored against Celtic. Still a great player, probably move on and get a bit of money from him, but guys like Laudrup, it doesn't matter who they're playing, they just do it. If it's Celtic, if it's Rangers, if it's in Europe, it's going to play. I mean, fantastic stuff.
I think as well, like just even when you're saying about a fantastic player, you can even tell that just by looking back at his career, the teams and variety of teams he's played for, you know, they're all big clubs.
Yep, that's right. I mean, it's actually when you sign and see him playing, it wasn't until I see him playing that I actually started to look to where he played. Like winning the Euros with Denmark, stuff like that we saw. I didn't know I was maybe a bit young, I didn't know he'd done that. I should have played with Fiorentina at the time. I think it was Fiorentina we got from. I think it was AC Milan as well. He was at AC Milan and then the Rangers. I think it was just that era that Rangers had a good playing players in these types of clubs. But at the time, you'd probably say any club in England could defeat Laudrup or Gascoigne, and he was at Rangers. And you know, these guys are not just the best players in Scotland, they could easily be the best players in Britain, or compete with some of the best players in Britain, and we're us and we're able to watch them every week or whatever.
Yeah. And as you were saying, like he was quite an instrumental player at Rangers with like Gascoigne, and when they won the 8th title at that point as well, the championship.
Yeah, yeah. Gazza was always my other one. I always liked him. He's just that, and some of the stuff he done is just unbelievable. And because some teams are lucky to have maybe one of these types of players that are just special. These two at the same time. The short spell that we had two at the same time. This stuff back on was just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And an absolute genius. And sometimes the three types of players that have problems away from the park stuff like that. I mean, look, Laudrup seemed to, need the like steady personal life and stuff like that. But Gascoigne stuff just struggled to his. But I don't know much else I can say about these two. They're just unbelievable to watch.
Special footballers, weren't they?
Yeah, that's it. Don't particularly like watching England play, but again, the Gaza was playing, would never miss it.
Yeah.
Never miss an England game if he was playing, and probably a Denmark game, just to get more. How does he play for them? Does he do the same for them that he does for us? And sometimes at the time he did. It was a good time to be a Rangers fan at that point anyway, I tell you.
I know, because like it's just one of those things. It's so different to see how where Rangers was then, and then obviously they had the struggling period of time, and now they're kind of getting back to where they once were. It just shows you what players mean to a team and what makes a team or not.
I know. It was really devastating what happened to them, but it be decided and that's what happened. And I like the way they've done it. I like the way they've fought their way back up. They'll win the title this year and stuff like that. They're back up, but I like that the way it went. Because just before we got here, the club was not getting in. Maybe had to take something drastic like this to get back to getting the club done well. First and foremost, the club had to be done well because we get a lot of fans going, we need to do this and we need to do that, we need to do that, we need to do it as soon as possible. I know, but we just fall down the trap again if you try and do things too soon. So they've done it right. Got Gerrard on, he's doing a great job. And I think we need to get to a point where Celtic are selling players for 10, 15, 20 million. Rangers need to start doing that. Although I don't want to see players go, they need to start getting back to selling their assets on to bring money in and go again. Because and a big signing that left, I think it might have been Hutton or something like that, 10 million a while ago. So these types of deals need to start getting done again, I think.
It's mad to think though that like this team was just a few years ago like struggling in games against like Stenhousemuir and Clyde and stuff like that. Now competing in Europe, talking about selling on players for that level of money. It's been really something to watch.
I know. What I thought sometimes feeling, I've made an opinion, but what I feel sometimes from Rangers fans can be disrespectful and say this time 2 years ago we were watching guys like Ian Black and Kyle, Kevin Kyle and stuff like that. I'm like, these guys got us to where we are. Alright, and they're not going to take us the full way, but they start the journey and then other players come in and finish it off and stuff like that. So these guys have got to be remembered as well. The quality players that take a very, very big risk to go down to that level when they probably know they're better than third division level, second division level. Take big risks to go down there, even though it's Rangers. They might have not worked it, they might have and take the game again or whatever. So there's big risk. These guys went and done it and helped the club, although they're maybe not the greatest players that ever played the Rangers, but they've definitely done us the job that we've got us back to where it should be. So we've got to be remembered as well.
Definitely. If you were to talk about Gascoigne to like younger generations that are going into football, how would you describe him to them?
A genius. Don't just watch him play football. Don't read any stories about him. Or don't try and find anything about him. Or be like him. Just watch his football, and that's it. Because he was an absolute genius. And it's a shame. I watched an interview with him as well, just recently, and he talks about. He actually says it wasn't until he stopped. It really got bad. I think he was just part of a generation that they all done the same thing. All the players done the same thing. They'd have a wee drink in there during the week. They always be ready for the weekend. I think that was just a culture at the time in Britain. And it wasn't until he stopped playing. They didn't have something to do. Obviously, they had just stuff to do. And keep them busy. And when he stopped having that, going to training every day, and that's when they get a grip of him. So, for young players, I would definitely be saying your attitude right, but if you think you're coming to the end, always have a plan that you're going to be doing after it, because it will just stop like that, or it could just stop like that, and you've not got a plan, you could be doing the wrong road. So always have something ready for when you stop. It's never going to last your career. Football.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is so important, and this, as you were saying, like it's something that might not always happen out for some players, and especially if they're young ages, it can be quite soul destroying not to get into your club that you've admired for so long and stuff like that. So it's definitely important to have that support system around you, and also having that plan to fall back on.
Yeah, definitely. I think you were saying there about guys falling out the game, they could easily just hand in. But you never need somebody in the family to go, no, you need to do this, or you need to go and try and get into another team. And just sometimes you need that wee shove, and if you don't get that shove, if you get that wee shove and a wee arm around them, then you see the start of something else. It's going to one day become even better. I mean, how many times do you hear a young guys going, Rangers never took me, but they end up in England somewhere, in a top club, or like one time I was in Greece, playing with Rangers and played with Rangers, but ends up being Celtic legends. So things like that happens. It happens. People take knockbacks. It's how you react, how you're supposed to, how you do it.
Absolutely. Well, I think now we'll go into the wee quiz to see your knowledge on Scottish football then. See how you get on.
We'll see.
So basically you'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can, and the score you've got to beat is 4, because Stevie got 4 out of 6. He got 6 questions and you got 4, so you've got 4 to beat. So I don't know if that's pressure or not, but we'll soon find out.
It will be.
I'll set a timer for a minute.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Right, just give me a wee countdown and then I'll start asking you.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dundee's Den Park and Dundee United's Tannadice are how far apart from each other? 300 metres, B, 3 kilometres, or C, 30 kilometres?
300 metres.
Right. Who is the oldest professional club in Scotland?
Queen's Park.
Right. Which Glasgow football club is nicknamed the Jags?
I think this one.
What is the name of the manager who took Scotland women's national team to the first World Cup? Which Scottish Premier club has never won the Scottish or League Cup?
Livingston.
Name the first Ayrshire club to win the Scottish Junior Cup. Who missed the time? Oh, that's good. I'll try and count it up quickly to see what you got. Right, I think you got 3, but I'll definitely confirm it in the edit. But
right.
No, not bad. It was hard questions, to be fair. You did really well.
That was a tough set.
Yeah.
I'm better than I did anyway, I'm sure.
Who would you like to nominate to come on and try the quiz next? See if they can do.
Assistant manager, I went over Neil Greenwood.
Neil Greenwood, right.
He does.
Right, we'll get him on board next then and see how he can take the challenge.